going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we got the expected content schedule for this week in MUT 23. We're also going to give you our Team of the Week, week number 10 predictions. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. We're going to start with some good news. If you guys were unaware, House Rules is officially fixed, so that means opponents can no longer punt on you. I should take that back. They can punt on you, but if they do, it's an auto loss for them and auto win for you. So go laugh at the people that are still out there doing it, because they're going to lose regardless of when they do it. And it's safe to go back in and play this game mode now. And don't forget, guys, with the rewards that are in here, if you take a look at the reward grid, upper left part, 2 days, 20 hours, and 48 minutes, this does expire on Thursday when part 2 of this promo is coming out. So if you're grinding out there for the pieces to build your turducken, or you need that 90 overall fantasy pack to give you a free harvest hero, you got to get it done before Thursday morning, probably about 10 a.m., 10:30 Eastern time. Go get it done. It's safe to play. Go get that free content. Content schedule this week, pretty much as expected. We got GMM Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. While I am thinking about it, don't forget Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, we will have the second half of the Ultimate Thanksgiving Comp Tourney, where you can earn those MCS tokens for a free 91 overall Trayvon Diggs. Today, Monday, we had the AKA promo drop. We dropped a video on that earlier this morning. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Team of the Week, about 4 p.m. Eastern time. More than likely nothing on Wednesday aside from that MCS stream, but we should be getting a reveal for part 2 of the Harvest promo, which would be coming Thursday. Nothing on Friday, and then Saturday Legends, 2 set Legends, and 1 LTD. With week 10, this would be the third week in a row now that we're going to see 93 overall cards as the champions, and that means the lower overall tiers would be 90s, 87s, and 84s. So we're going to use those overalls to factor in with our predictions, and we'll start at quarterback with Patrick Mahomes, who has been on my list like 3 or 4 weeks in a row now, and yet again, I'm telling you, he's not going to get a card, but we got to mention a good performance. So 331 passing yards in the win against the Jags and 4 touchdown passes. They're saving him for a bigger promo. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in part 2 of this Harvest promo and we get an early reveal on that. We might see his name, whether it's on Twitter or GMM. There were a lot of good running back performances, and Saquon Barkley was one of them. I narrowed it down to 4. There's a few names I'm going to leave off the list. If they're on your favorite team, I apologize. I still don't think Saquon gets a Team of the Week card because he has a 90 overall, but he had the best performance for all running backs, so we at least got to mention him. 152 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor could be a potential for either the Player of the Week on offense at a 93 overall, or a +3 upgrade to a 90 overall. He had 147 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Delvin Cook's another one where we got to mention him because he had a really good game. Huge win for the Vikings over the Bills. 119 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, but I can't see them giving him a 90, and I don't see him deserving a 93 for being Player of the Weeks. So I don't think he ends up getting a card, but he had a really good performance. Same thing with Aaron Jones, right? He already has an 89 out there. He had 138 yards with the Packers, beating the Cowboys, 1 touchdown, but the only spot for him to get a card is to be Player of the Week, and his performance to me wasn't Player of the Week worthy because Justin Jefferson exists, and this guy should be the Player of the Week card. Now, I don't know what future content EA has planned for him. Maybe it was Zero Chill. Did they give him a +4 upgrade and give him the Player of the Week card? 10 catches, 193 yards, and 1 touchdown. Go look at his stats this season. Aside from the game against the Eagles, might I say Darius Slay kind of shut him down. I know you guys want to blame it on Kirk Cousins, but it was that and one other game. He's been phenomenal this entire season. I mean, almost guaranteed 100 yards per game. Very good player, and when he gets an upgrade, it's going to be a very popular card. Will we see it happen? In a losing effort, I'm a Cowboy hater, but we'll give him props here. CeeDee Lamb had a very good game yesterday. 11 catches, 150 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. he could be a candidate for a 90 overall, but I don't think he would get player of the week at 93. This guy, I'm going to butcher his name, so we're just going to call him Nick Westbrook. I don't know that hyphenated name, and I'm not going to pretend to pronounce it or even try here, but he had himself a day as well. 5 catches, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Titans. Because he has an 84, I think he would be a pretty good candidate for the 87 overall card, the lower overall tier. And we can't not mention Christian Watson. Packers fans don't want to hear this, but I think he only gets an 84 overall upgrade. But a phenomenal game. Credit to him helping the Packers beat the Cowboys. 4 catches, 107 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They're going to give him a card, but because he only has a 73 right now, I don't expect a huge upgrade in overall. Unless I'm missing something here, there weren't a ton of great defensive performances this year. We got Frankie Louvu for the Panthers who play on Thursday night. He had 12 tackles and 2 sacks, probably an 84 overall if he gets the card. And then also Jack Sanborn, who already got an ultimate kickoff card this year. So I'm guessing he'll either get an 84 or an 87. He also had 12 tackles and 2 sacks in a losing effort for the Bears against the Lions. I know the Steelers fans out there really want this guy to get an upgrade. He's been playing very well this season. He deserves one just off of that, but he had himself a pretty good performance in Week 10. 2 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Alex Highsmith, does he go up to an 87 or do they give him a 90 overall? Because like I said earlier, there was a lack of great defensive performances in my opinion. Rudy Ford, Eagles legend, another Packer. They got him with the Jaguars card art here. His best card is a gold card. I would see him either getting an 84 or possibly an 87 as well. 2 interceptions for the Packers on Dak Prescott. And then I think the player of the week should be Patrick Peterson, who also had 2 interceptions, including the game-ending, game-clinching interception on Josh Allen against the Bills in Buffalo. Huge win for the Vikings. Pat Pete has this 88 overall Gridiron Guardians card, which was actually pretty good. And if we, kind of like +5 this thing, we're looking at a very fast card, a card that's really good with man coverage. Play rec might be a little bit suspect. Zone should be good as well. But if he gets a 93, I think it's going to be a potential very good card. Now on to our LTD predictions, and we already had Jonathan Taylor in the regular predictions. Well, we got him in the LTDs. Remember, these are current day players who had a good Week 10 performance in a prior year. So even if Jonathan Taylor doesn't get a card for this Week 10 performance, last year in Week 10, he had 116 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Jimmy Ward, who still has just a core elite in the game, in 2021 Week 10 had 2 interceptions, and 1 of them was returned for a touchdown. Christian Kirk in 2019 had 138 receiving yards in 1 game. This is back when he was a Cardinal and had 3 touchdowns. So might we see him get an LTD for that performance? And another guy who just has his core elite out there and is definitely a MUT favorite, Jamal Adams, 2 sacks and 2 forced fumbles in a Week 10 2019 performance. In 2018, as a Philadelphia Eagle, Zach Ertz had 145 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. So yet another potential here for an upgrade with that 84 overall team builder card out there. He could certainly deserve a 93 and might be out for a while with the bad injury yesterday. And then finally, we have Aaron Rodgers, who, one more time, I don't think this happens. I think they save him for a bigger promo, but whenever he gets an upgrade, he's going to have a very, very good card because of that Slinger 1 release. But in 2014, Aaron Rodgers, Week 10, 315 passing yards and 6 touchdowns. That's just a pretty good milestone to celebrate. And speaking of 6 touchdowns, let's get into our offensive and defensive champion cards, which are players who had a good Week 10 performance in a prior season that are not active NFL players. And we're going to start with Ben Roethlisberger, who in 2018 had 328 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. I thought it was 6 for some reason, but it was 5. I think last week when we did our predictions, Ben had a 6 touchdown game as well. Cowboy fans would be happy with this one if it happens. I don't think it does, but we got to mention it. In 2014, Dez Bryant, 158 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. That would be a pretty big name to bring into MUT if they did so. In 2014, another one I don't think that happens, but we got to mention it. Marshawn Lynch, 140 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in 1 game. because he has that AKA card, I just don't see them giving him a +3, but you never know. EA's done stupider things. And then finally on offense in 2010, Dwayne Bowe for the Kansas City Chiefs had 186 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in a single game. Now on defense, we have Adrian Claiborne. I don't think this one happens, but we got to note it here. In 2017, 6 sacks in one game, extremely impressive, and also 2 forced fumbles. In 2013, we had John Abraham with 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble. In 2005, we had Simeon Rice, who had a pretty good stat line himself here. 1 interception, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, but I saved the potential best one for last in the predictions here in 2007. And I've had this guy in my predictions before. He is needed in the MUT game right now to stop these taller receivers. Antonio Cromartie, 3 interceptions in 1 game. EA, give him a card. I really hope that they have the rights to him because he's a 6'4" corner that's going to be fast and have good man and zone coverage. He will help us eliminate all of this aggressive catch madness that I'm sure you hate in MUT right now. So those are my predictions. Leave yours down below in the comment section. And thank you for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.